Spice Girls were a huge part of my childhood and I was totally obsessed. They were my first ever concert, my second ever album, my first was No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom, and unfortunately, they were my first introduction to the PlayStation. But before we get into the game, I think it's important that we point out that it's not super surprising that this existed. Back in the 90s, they were everywhere and they had a ton of merchandise. I had the dolls, I had the movie, I had the lollipops, I had the gum. I think there was pizza also, but that was only released in the UK. They were on Pepsi cans. I mean, they were on everything. Their first step into something tech related was the Spice Girls Polaroid camera, which came out in 1997. I really wanted it, but I never got it. Then, on one fateful day in 1998, the US and Europe were lucky enough to get the Spice Girls video game. That should be awesome, right? Nope. As I've mentioned before, my first consoles were the Super Nintendo and N64, so as you can imagine, little Erin was super bummed out when she learned that it was a PlayStation exclusive. Eventually, a miracle happened and I somehow convinced my parents to get me a PlayStation, just so I can play the Spice Girls video game, which unfortunately is lost somewhere in the depths of my parents' house, so thank you so much to the viewer at Too Many Games who gave this to me. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of feelings about this game. This is my first memory as a kid of feeling ripped off. I remember seeing the commercials and going, oh, they look kind of weird, but that's okay, it's the Spice Girls, it can't be bad. I haven't played this game since I was a kid, so this is kind of gonna be like a blind playthrough for me. Let's see if anything triggers my memory besides those god-awful contorted faces. So I just realized that I kind of look more like Harley Quinn than Baby Spice, but I tried. Okay, so first things first, we gotta decide which Spice Girl we want to be.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
So, okay, it is cool that they got their actual voices. Okay, so as a kid, and still to this day, my favorite is Baby Spice, but I also really like Ginger Spice. But you know what? I already committed to the Baby Spice look, so let's go back to Baby Spice. I think they recorded them all saying the exact same lines, and they just like alternate. It's so strange. I'm remembering that font and that thing in the corner. Dance practice, dance record. Oh yeah, this is all about dancing. Dance Spice Network. Okay, so we can't go backwards. We have to go through the whole menu. So let's start off with the mixing room. I don't remember what the mixing room is, but we're about to find out. Oh my god. I remember this guy. He's really annoying. Okay, so first of all, I really hope we can do this video without getting a content ID, but we'll see. All right, which song? Who do you think you are? That was a good song. Wannabe. I mean, that was their first song, but it's a little played out. Move Over. I feel like Move Over wasn't a big song for them. That was like only used in the Pepsi commercial. I didn't like that song. I really like Say You'll Be There. I wish they had like Too Much or Stop, but you know what? Let's do Say You'll Be There. Oh my god, we're gonna shuffle the grooves. Wait, look at these images. They have nothing to do with the Spice Girls. What the hell is that? Wow, they did not care at all when they were making this. Who made this game? Psygnosis? Join the Spice Girls as they enter their own interactive dimension. Create your own remixes of 5 of your favorite Spice Girls songs. Interactive magazine with exclusive interviews and behind the scenes footage. From what I remember, that's the best part. Oh, and I'm sorry, this is actually called Spice. Interactive music experience. You can't remix songs with like lyrics like this. It doesn't make any sense. It's gonna sound like trash. All right, it really doesn't matter, but I'll try to make a song that doesn't sound like total garbage, but I think that's kind of an impossible goal. Let's record. No, not that. That's like the middle of a lyric. You can't do that. What were they thinking when they made this? Oh my god, what am I gonna do? I can't make this sound good. Wait. Oh my god. Look at his hands. Why is he doing this? How did I not notice that until now? I mean, I was only like 11, so I wasn't thinking that way. They did that on purpose, right? Okay, maybe this game is great. I don't know. So far we have 11 clips and it's not done yet. Well, I totally know why I hated this. This sucked. I totally remember why I never sat and played this for a long time, because it would get boring as hell. Finally! 18 different clips they want. Kids don't have that long of an attention span when the game is terrible. Okay, so our mix is completed. The guy's still doing that inappropriate hand gesture, and now we gotta move on. Look how she's moving. This song doesn't go together at all. Like, there's a difference between a remix and just a jumbled pile of crap. It's over! Okay, let's go to the next thing. Sure, save it. Now let's go to dance practice. Hopefully this is better than the mixing room. That guy has nothing to do with the Spice Girls universe. He's not from the Spice World movie. Why is there a disco dude? This isn't the 70s, it's the 90s. So it's not really on the beat. So yeah, this was my first PlayStation experience. And my only PlayStation experience for a very long time. Alright, so that was dance practice, and that was a lot less grueling than the remix part. I mean, it was kind of a game. Alright, now we're gonna dance record. Do I have to remember, like, what I did? It doesn't matter what I press. I'm just pressing buttons. Is she even doing what I'm telling her? You can't even see what move you're doing, so you're just pressing buttons. Because people always have this stigma against girl games, like, oh, they're terrible, but it's like, if it's marketed towards girls, it's like they feel like they didn't have to give a shit. There was a big problem back then where any game marketed towards girls was just terrible. Okay, so now she's doing the dance moves. Just Baby Spice though, the other ones aren't. Let's do Ginger. I was so sad. So when I saw the Spice Girls, I saw them like 2 weeks after Ginger Spice left, and I was really sad. At least she's back in the Spice Girls now. Okay, so we could either copy the dance moves we already did, or I could give each girl individual dances. As much as I want to just give them all the same dance to get through this game faster, I committed to it. We're doing an Erin Plays video on the Spice Girls game, so let's give them all individual dance moves. It's like, does she have different dance moves? Probably not. See, it'd be cool if like, oh, X does something different for her. You know, like they each have a different thing, but I don't think so. You know what she looks like? She looks like the girl chicken from Rock-a-Doodle. Like, look at her face. And it's dumb. You should be able to see the dance move, because it's like, you can't memorize this. No one's gonna remember all the dance moves from that like practice part. I'm laughing because I just looked at Sporty over there in the corner and she just looks so stupid. I'm sorry, this is just... Okay, we're gonna copy the dance moves for Sporty, and then I'll switch it up for Scary, and we'll copy it for Posh. Sounds good? Okay. She was my least favorite because she was kind of the most boring. It's like, she didn't have a lot of solos, she just kind of stood there looking posh, and I understand the appeal. Like, she was cool, but it's like, she was kind of the most boring one. And so now they're touring in the UK only, which I'm really sad about because I would love to go, and she's not there, but Jerry's there. So I'm like, cool, I would totally go to that. You know how cool it'd be if there was like a Spice Girls platformer? Like, what if they made this a platformer? Even like NSYNC's Get to the Show was better than this, and that game sucks. But at least you had a goal, you had to get to the show. I think you played hacky sack. There was like a tour bus car chase, if I remember correctly. That was better, and that game sucks. And I knew it sucked when I played it when I was little, but it wasn't as bad as this. I like how Victoria's looking at her nails. And Jerry pushes up her boobs. I want to see if they each do something different. Okay, so at least they, you know, they tried to incorporate their individual like personalities to like their idol animations, so I can appreciate that. That's the only positive thing I have to say so far. At least they gave them each their own individual personalities, which, you know, makes them the Spice Girls. So thank God they at least did that. So we don't do anything, we just watch. Okay, another positive thing I'll say, their mouths only move at the part that they sing. I'm actually totally impressed that they did that. Like, that's Scary, she's singing. So I guess this is the reward for playing that game. We just sit back and watch our abomination of a dance routine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. You guys, that's the whole game. Well, let's check out the Spice Network. Their outfits were so good. They're so good. I love them so much. Even after this game, and like 20 years later, I still love them with all my heart. It looks old. It looks like this was filmed at the beginning of their career, but I don't think it was. And if this was exclusive for this game, it seems like they would have done it differently. Like, I would love to see what they think about this game now, because gosh, is it weird. This is the best part of the game. It's like, I'm gonna watch this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this behind the scenes documentary type thing. It's like they might as well just put out another like VHS or DVD instead of this game. Okay, well, I think I've had enough of the Spice Girls interactive music experience. I guess it was interactive, so I mean the title's not lying. And they're calling it experience and not a game, so I guess it's not false advertising. Alright, so I'm gonna go finish that documentary on the disc because that was making me happy. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!